My Lords, I rise to speak to my Amendment 30, which is along the lines of Amendment 3, but is tougher and more radical. And I would love to know that there was some support, but I think that Amendment 3 is going to edge it. However, this amendment has actually got huge support. And I would like to thank the Scottish National Party, who, of course, on a point of principle, do not take their seats in the House of Lords, or what seats they might be offered, and they have done all the work in getting together a huge variety of people, including RNIB Scotland, Unison, Macmillan Cancer Support, Disability Wales, Church of Scotland, the Northern Ireland Council for Voluntary Actions. I could go on. There's more than 40 organisations and NGOs supporting this. And an absolutely crucial point, which the Noble Lady and Minister did not actually tackle when I presented this amendment at committee stage, was that it draws in all 4 nations. And that's something I'm afraid Amendment 3 does not mention. It would enable, I think, my amendment would enable the government to actually have probably much more support for their work. It would have strengthened buy-in from stakeholders across the 4 nations, and also, of course, increase the status and profile of the evaluation. Now, many of the points that I wanted to make have already been made by the Noble Lord, Lord Rosser, very eloquently, but I think many of them bear repeating. And I do feel that the government is closing its eyes to a potential problem. The key concerns I have is the health and social care workforce, and the organisations who contributed to this amendment are aware that some health and social care organisations rely heavily on workers from other parts of the EU and could not continue in their present form without the support. If they are allowed to fail, then other parts of the health and social care system would be needed to fill those gaps. And then, of course, efficiency and effectiveness. Research carried out by the Health and Social Care Alliance Scotland in communities across Scotland highlighted that people who use support and services have concerns about its future availability. And this means that the health and social care system, which is already creaking, combined with an elderly workforce, means that some people would have to find their own ways to try and minimise any negative repercussions as a result of changes accruing from leaving the EU. And of course, the adequacy of public funding for the health and social care sectors. The Alliance's report raised major concerns about the impact of Brexit and the potential loss of EU funding in the health and social care in Scotland, particularly to third sector organisations which have a key role in the provision of health and social care services. Any loss in funding will place a further strain on this whole sector, and it seems that the government is not acknowledging that that is going to be a problem. And so I would like the Noble Lady to answer my point about the fact that my amendment would actually create buy-in from the 4 nations, which at the moment the government seems to be ignoring. And also the fact that it's quite possible that without the extra workforce that we currently get from people coming from other countries, the whole system could start to fail. And is the government prepared to put enough money into that to make sure that it doesn't fail and actually let down all the people who care about this service?